everyone, it's Liddy and
Donnie.
Hello, Tony! Today we are playing a psychological horror game called My Judgment. Doesn't that sound cool?
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't know much about this game other than psychological horror game, so we'll just go straight into it.
Yeah, let's get right into it.
Hello. Let's go over our country's community standards to remind us of a few important things.
Homicide.
I'll try to summarize this for you. Homicide is basically when one person causes the death of another person. There are two types of homicide: culpable and non-culpable. Culpable homicide is when someone is blameworthy of another person's death. Non-culpable is
Opposite.
How can someone not be blameworthy? Hell.
Situations like self-defense will be with justified force and, just self-defense.
Anyways, if you want to read the board, go ahead. Click continue. Alright, on to our next topic. Murder is a serious offense. It is a mandatory life sentence. Murder is first degree.
Murder is first-degree murder when it is planned and deliberate. Second degree is only when it is deliberate. This may affect sentencing. Not that much, though. Just an earlier chance of parole. Not much leeway here. Keep reading if you want.
Oh, I forgot. Sometimes people do not have any intent to cause death, like reckless or significant provocation.
Like reckless behavior or significant provocation, which affects sentencing.
I'm too dyslexic.
There is no mandatory minimum sentence except when a firearm is used. Then it's minimum 4 years. Judges have flexibility to consider the context, such as remorse or whether it was an accident. Last thing. This is where things get fuzzy. There are some cases where people not be criminally responsible for murder on account of mental disorder. Instead, they go before a review board for a decision. The accused can be detained to a hospital or even conditionally or absolutely discharged if they are not a threat to the public. Make sure to read the board. It's important to understand.
Well, you're not reading all that.
Alright, I think you're ready.
We are not ready.
I'll see you tomorrow, eh?
Yes, ma'am.
Salute! Monday. Oh my god, we could pick a day. That's crazy. What are we?
Hello again. How are you?
I'm great.
Alright, let's get on with business. You're a little late.
Well, doesn't mean it's raining.
This week you may practice choosing the correct sentence for crimes related to murder.
Ooh, this will be fun.
You will be reading court cases to help you make your judgment. Don't worry, I made the shorter for your convenience.
I made them shorter for your convenience.
Just a side note, sometimes these causes can be pretty sad.
Ruh-roh.
It's important not to let your emotions get in the way.
Don't worry, I'm pretty
Think like a judge. Always consider both sides and make the right decision.
I'm pretty non-empathetic.
Use of the community standards for justice
to justify your decision. I'm pretty non-empathetic, so this will be fine.
Without further ado, let's get started with your first case.
Yay! Oh, this is gonna be so fun.
Yay!
This is great. Okay. In the Studwick Court of Justice. His Master King and Introduction. September 21, 2023. The Prince Military and found guilty is by a jury for murder of John Doe. The imposition of sentence of the jury and now agreeing to the challenge to the community standards mandates that police for was convicted of murder. facts of offense, late on June 11th and into the early morning hours of June 12, 2020, John Doe attended at Block 8 Heights in the southeast part of Graymore. Block 8 was the home of the applicant, Milo Shaggy, Mr. Doe, Mr. Shaggy, and the 8. On the driveway in front of the garage, and the second applicant, Sven Fedora, were captured on video socializing in front of Block 8 on the driveway in front of the garage. The encounter seemed to be a happy one at first. The parties are seen laughing and hugging one another. However, at some point things took a turn. Mr. Doe left Block 8 in his white Drana with Mr. Fedora as his passenger. Upon their return a short time later, Mr. Shaggy was clearly upset, and he brandished an object which looked like a firearm. He prodded Mr. Doe several times with it. Eventually, Mr. Doe left. Mr. Doe returned once in his car briefly after this, and Mr. Shaggy approached and kicked it. He also appeared to drive by on one further occasion, but did not stop. Shortly after 1 a.m., Mr. Doe again returned to Block 8. He exited his car and was immediately confronted by an angry-looking Mr. Shaggy. Several times, the video footage captures Mr. Shaggy getting into Mr. Doe's face in space. Mr. Fedora initially got between Mr. Shaggy and Mr. Doe, and Mr. Fedora then pushed Mr. Doe multiple times. As Mr. Doe turned to leave, Mr. Fedora can be seen grabbing his arm and his shoulders, preventing him from returning to his car. Mr. Doe was knocked to the ground by the two men and then got beat up and was pursued by both. As they followed him, and then got up, not beat up. As they followed him, they positioned themselves between Mr. Doe and his motor vehicle, and it can be inferred that both were trying to prevent Mr. Doe from escaping. Mr. Fedora then punched Mr. Doe multiple times. Mr. Doe appeared to counterpunch Mr. Fedora in self-defense, and Mr. Fedora fell to the ground. As did Mr. Doe, Mr. Shaggy then kicked Mr. Doe, and both Mr. Shaggy and Mr. Fedora got on top of him. Mr. Fedora then got up and started to kick Mr. Doe while Mr. Shaggy was pinning him down on his back. About 1 minute later, Mr. Doe momentarily broke free and tried to scramble away to escape. Both Mr. Fedora and Mr. Shaggy pursued and restrained him, forcing him to the ground on the roadway. Over the next 10-15 minutes, Mr. Doe was punched, kicked, dragged on about the roadway and hit with a linked sword wielded by Mr. Fedora several times. At several times, Mr. Doe was seen trying to get up and get away, only to be beaten down again. The entire interaction was captured on video, surveillance of Block 8 and Block 9 Heights. Mr. Doe died in front of Block 9 Heights. The pathologist, Dr. Flamingo, determined the cause of death to be a wound that injured Mr. Doe's carotid artery. Decision: not guilty under mental disorder, light disorder. I think this is life sentence. They clearly seen them.
Yeah.
I think parole eligible after 25 years.
Okay, let me see what you picked. You got it!
Yay!
We did it! We're so good. Good job! I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I know I'm amazing.
Tomorrow we will go through another one. Don't be late this time.
I won't.
See you later, alligator.
Woo!
I need to check on him.
Ooh, who are you checking on?
I am being attacked. I don't know what is happening to me, but I am being hurt. Something is hurting me and I can't seem to stop it.
Is this like one of are the people that we're sending to prison, are they gonna attack us? Or like try and kill us?
I don't know.
I'm not crazy, I swear, but I hear these voices. They keep insulting me and calling me horrible things. I really don't know what is happening. I'm so scared. I have called the police multiple times and they have done nothing. Okay, so we're gonna go to jail for killing someone. I'm guessing. I did our bad girl. Or we're gonna go to a mental hospital, psych ward. The loony bin. Ooh! What? Oh, I just realized this. Let me in. We got to go over here.
Yeah, come on. Oh.
figure this out. He's not dead, is he? Alright, we checked on him. He's fine. We can go to sleep now. We checked. Gotta read everything. Oh, the glass is broken. Whatever is happening, I know the Lord will guide me to safety. I must put my faith in the Most High. That's where you die. This is where you get professional help. Trust. Nice. Tuesday! We're not late, are we?
Another day, another crisis. Today, I am going to add another section to the cases called mitigation factors. When you are a judge,
I don't know what that's
you have to consider every single factor related to a case.
Absolutely. This is why I want to be a
Weigh in
lawyer.
all factors and make the most appropriate decision. Well, I'm only adding a section that supports the accused. You will still
Determine and aggravating factors yourself.
Enough talk. Let's get with the program.
Woohoo! 7 cases. Yeah, Robert. Alright. Was convicted a jury in Lockport, Luther, of something and related to the death of Ryan Shidelsky. Sentencing hearing took place in Land Court on March 20th, 2020. Following received jury, the committee's generous plan. To reuse the tax statements prepared by the mother of Mr. Shidelsky. I received my decision July 6, 2016. These are my reasons of decision. The facts relating to the case are largely drawn from the accused's 2 statements to the police. The first to Officer A on November 3rd, 2010, and the other second to Officer B on February 16, 2011. Additional facts are drawn from another witnesses who gave evidence during the course of the trial. Mr. Firebrand and his roommate attended at Lockport Friendship Associate Hangout during the early morning hours of December 26, 2009, with the intention of stealing Bloxy Cola and money they believed to be on the premises. A third person was keeping 6 or standing guard outside of the hangout while the accused and his friend entered the premises. The accused found out about Bloxy Cola being kept on the premises through a friend of a friend who reportedly knew Ryan Shidelsky. Neither the accused nor his roommate knew Mr. Shidelsky. The accused was dressed in all black, wearing a hoodie, old pants, old shoes, and gloves when the incident occurred. Immediately prior to going to the hangout, the accused and his 2 accomplices were captured on the in-store security video at the Mac store located in the same strip mall as the hangout. Entry was gained when the accused and his roommate banged on the back door of the hangout and announced they were the police. Mr. Shidelsky opened the door a crack, at which point he realized that they were not police officers. The accused's roommate then grabbed Mr. Shidelsky, at which point a fight broke out in the alley. Before they all moved inside the hangout, Mr. Shidelsky was purported to have put up a scrap and was beating on the accused roommate. Mr. Shidelsky ran through the hangout trying to get away, pursued by the accused and his roommate. During the pursuit, the accused shot Mr. Shidelsky twice in the lower back. After the shooting, the accused and his roommate took off on foot down the dark alley behind the strip mall to the residence of an aunt of one of the accused accomplices. The accused later burned his clothing and shoes in a 45-gallon drum. While the accused told Officer B and they took 15 liters of Bloxy Cola and $10,000 cash during the robbery, none of the witnesses saw any large items in the hands of anyone observed in the back alley. Around the time of the shooting, after the shooting, the police determined that there were money in the hangout's cash register and in a tip jar. The autopsy was conducted on Shidelsky, wherein it was determined that he died from 2 gunshot wounds to the truck. The defense urged me to find following migrating causes, strong family support. I accept this defense. Kindness accused has the very active support of his mother and other family members. His mother attended the entire trial, as well as multiple weeks devoted to pre-trial applications in July-September 2019. Family support has no doubt helped sustain the accused during the lengthy period of time he has been spent awaiting the outcome of his trial. Almost 2 years after the Court of Appeal overturned his prior conviction, continued family support will. I suggest also be a critical factor in the accused's long-term rehabilitation once released on parole. In my view, this is a positive factor in the accused's life. The accused's behavior on release, as previously indicated, agreed that the accused did well during the 6.5 months that he was on release until the conclusion of his trial. He was the subject to house arrest and electronic monitoring through the period of time. For the reason previously given, I placed some weight on the fact that he was subject to unrestful conditions and my condition of the appropriate period of parole and equity. The accused lengthy period of the pretrial custody, including 4.5 years spent on remand. As previously discussed, this is not a factor that I may properly take into consideration when fixing the period of parole and eligibility. And then lastly, the accused efforts to rehabilitate him and turn his life around. When the accused first met Officer A at the beginning of the police undercover operation, he told Officer A that he was trying to turn his life around to his credit. The accused did have legitimate work before and during the undercover operation. Indeed, while he continued to be personally independent on Block C Cola. His street-level Block C trafficking appeared to stop when he was earning money working for Officer A and fictitious criminal organization presented with the opportunity to earn money elsewhere. I accept that the accused chose not to continue his involvement in street-level trafficking. While I see this as somewhat confirmatory of his intention to turn his life around, I cannot ignore the fact that with the alternative employment that he opted to pursue was, to his knowledge, associated with criminal organization. Then lastly, I accept the representations made on behalf of the accused that he has been Block C Cola free for a number of years and he is well motivated to attend counseling.
But he shot someone.
Okay. Not guilty under account of mental disorder. Light sentence, 5 years. Parole eligible for 1.5 of minimum sentence. 10 years. Parole eligible at 1/3. Life sentence. So, usually these sentences don't do too much. It's not mental disorder, but he was on drugs, probably. Or Block C Cola. So, and he's probably gonna still traffic after he's gone. So, what do you think?
How about a medium sentence?
Yeah.
Let's see how you did.
Please?
Wrong!
What's wrong?
The correct answer was a life sentence with parole eligible to be after 10 to 25 years.
Oh.
Nice try, though. You will get the next one. I believe you.
I should have went with my gut.
Anyway, have a safe trip home.
Well, at least we're practicing before we get into the real deal.
I'll try and read the next one for you, so you don't have to read all again.
Hi, baby! I went online and I realized I was not alone. There are many people who are going through the same thing as me. It's been the neighbors this whole time. They're the ones speaking in my head.
Oh, God.
Henry Van Nomshank. He's the ringleader behind all. This from upstairs. My life is in danger. He's slowly trying to kill me. We're gonna kill Henry. My baby. Hello. You okay, little fella? I have no choice but to fight back. Okay, so we're gonna go to a psych ward, guys. This is crazy. Now let's see what this last one is. I am being gang stalked. That is the only way to explain what is happening. Wherever I go, I always hear the voices. I only know 100% the neighbors above me are behind all of this. And then block our door at night so no one can come in. The upstairs neighbors are using synthetic telepathy. They put a device on the floor and that's why I can feel my veins. Why are attacking me? Why? Why are attacking me?
Why attack?
The upstairs neighbors are using oh, it's the same thing. Why are attacking me? Why? Why are attacking me? Why are attacking me? This is a great game.
I know, my choices are getting better and better by the day. Wednesday. Hey there! Sorry about greeting you weirdly yesterday. I was just trying to be funny.
Hey there, alligator.
So, in today's
Oh, I know. See you
there's
later,
a thing
alligator.
called the guest report. In case you didn't know, guests have faced major disintegration in the past. This has caused
Intergenerational
trauma against the guest people. When guests are being prosecuted for a crime, judges have to consider the guest's report.
Oh, this guest is guilty. To ensure the sentence is fair, restored to the and culturally appropriate.
Let's see how you handle this one.
This guest is gonna be evil! I know it!
Should I read it?
Snub de Gusto! And yes.
Her Majesty the Queen and Nub de Gusto. Sentencing decision of the Honorable Justice Chewbacca.
Are you sure you have a really bad lisp? Are you sure?
Don't worry, I can read this. And
No, I'm gonna go get some coffee. I'm gonna go get some coffee.
On January 27, 2010, Noob de Gusto viciously attacked and beat Kay Vacue over a 10-minute period on an LRT train in front of numerous passengers. Mr. Vacue was placed on life support and died 2 days later. Attack appears to be unprovoked. The certificate sets of the offense was summarized at Paris 8/10 of the reasons of sentencing judge reported at RV de Gusto. Kai Vacue died in the hospital on Saturday, January 27, 2010, 2 days after Mr. de Gusto viciously attacked and beat him on a LRT train. Mr. Vacue boarded the train at Bilderman Station. Mr. de Gusto was already a passenger on the train. As the train proceeded from Bilderman to Obligate Station, there was a physical altercation between Mr. de Gusto and Mr. Vacue. The altercation consists of Mr. de Gusto beating Mr. Vacue, who tried unsuccessfully to keep away from Mr. de Gusto. Witness heard Mr. Vacue telling Mr. de Gusto to stop, to leave him alone, to get him away from him and not to hit him. Mr. Vacue's words had no effect on Mr. de Gusto. He continued to attack Mr. Vacue. Mr. Vacue did not fight back. By the time the train reached Obligate System, Mr. Vacue was on the floor of the train and Mr. de Gusto was kicking him. All the other passengers on the train car exited the Obligate Station. As the train continued to the next station, Spawn Point, Mr. de Gusto continued to beat Mr. Vacue. Mr. de Gusto exited the train at the spawn train, leaving Mr. Vacue unconscious on the floor of the train. Mr. de Gusto was arrested as he walked away from the train station. Mr. Vacue was taken to the hospital. He did not recover consciousness before he died. Dr. Craig, the medical examiner, testified that Mr. Vacue died as a result of blunt cranial trauma, that is, of head injuries. The agreed statement of facts contained the facts. On the morning of January 30th, 2010, a detective told Mr. de Gusto that Mr. Vacue was not experienced to live. In response, Mr. de Gusto said something to the effect, "He's going to be alright. I know he's going to be gay. He's a tough kid." Before the trial, Wellen recommended Mr. de Gusto fitness to stand trial was put into issue following a deterioration of his mental state. It was apparent to the treating psychiatrist, Dr. Lana, that onset of deterioration was caused by Mr. de Gusto's consumption of large quantities of Bloxy-Cola. Mr. de Gusto was not fit to stand trial. At trial, Mr. de Gusto pleaded not guilty murder, but acknowledged he had attacked Mr. Vacue, and the attack caused Mr. Vacue's death. The only issue at the trial was whether Mr. de Gusto had the necessary intent for blank. Evidence at the trial include testimony from other passengers on the train.
So great.
Yay! Testimony from police and EMS who arrived on the scene. The videos from the station platforms and from the inside of the train car where the attacks took place. The Crown tender expert evidence of the two forensic psychiatrists, Dr. Six and Dr. Lana. Mr. DeGesto tendered expert evidence from a neuropsychologist, Dr. Jake. The jury charge contained a detailed summary of evidence of each expert. Mr. DeGesto's mother was also testified. Dr. Drake was of the opinion that Mr. DeGesto does not have the ability to realize that his actions are likely to cause death. Dr. Drake was also of the opinion that Mr. DeGesto has a mild to moderate but not severe intellectual disability. Portions of Dr. Drake's report was redacted at trial, but the entire report was entered as the exhibit for sentencing. Dr. Drake was only expert to conduct an in-depth assessment of Mr. DeGesto. Dr. Lana, who met with Mr. DeGesto only once a few weeks before the trial, was of opinion that Mr. DeGesto had the mental capacity to form the intent required for blank, being intent to cause death or intent to cause bodily harm that he would know was likely to cause death. Dr. Stick, who never met Dr. DeGesto, expressed his opinion that a person with mild to moderate intellectual disability, one could but might not have the mental capacity to form the intent to cause death, and two, more likely than not, would have the mental capacity to form an intent to cause bodily harm that they would know likely to cause death. The migration factors include that Mr. DeGesto's intellectual and cognitive impairments and Mr. DeGesto's background are set out in the pre-sentence report and guest report. Both of Mr. DeGesto's parents experienced the Guest Act. Both stated that his similar impact on their family life, the guest report concluded. In reviewing the list of relevant and applicator guest factors, and as revealed within the guest report interviews, we find that Mr. DeGesto, a guest, has experienced, witnessed, and has been personally and significantly impacted by the specific guest-related factors of the Guest Act expressed in the dislocation and disposition of guest people, including a family and community histories of violence, psychological predation and victimization, poverty and poor living conditions, discrimination, the loss of struggle, and the loss and struggle of culture and spiritual identity consequently. Navna DeGesto experienced and continues to experience intergenerational effects stemming from his family's shared integrational impacts of the Guest Act. Consequential to witness and experience parental, extended family, and community violence, crime, and poverty, and specifically from Mr. DeGesto, early condition to direct violence, bloxicola use, criminal activity, and gang involvement, and historical psychological concerns currently being assessed, treated, and addressed.
I would say he did murder someone.
Yeah, but they said he has a disorder.
A light,
Yeah, but what does the game want?
I think he wants not guilty under account of mental disorder.
But he did kill someone. Did he know he killed someone? Did he know?
It said that he might or might not know.
I say light sentence. That's just what I would do!
And now, the moment you all been waiting for.
Damn it!
Nope! The correct answer was a light sentence with parole.
So he was lying!
25 years. You're getting there. There's always tomorrow, right?
We're failing! We're not gonna get the job!
2 more days. You can make them count, though. I get to head out and pick up my daughter. See you!
Gotta head and pick up my daughter. We're getting worser and worser every week. I can't take this anymore. The only way this will end is if I protect myself. If I do anything, it is all in defense. And to help the greater cause, you can go about it legally, the right way, or you can do the fence way, because the Most High is the judge of all, and he will judge you for your doings and actions. You can be justified for certain things if it is according to the law of the Most High. People get murder and self-defense mixed up. Self-defense is justified. If I go to jail, it is for defending myself.
Hi, little buddy.
They are going to pay. We're going insane. This is how I feel. Let me take a piss real quick. Okay, so there's nothing. And the door is still... Can we open this closet? No. We lock our door at night, to an extent. Our window's wide open and our table's broken.
Thursday. I'm gonna make you read this one because my lisp is too bad. Hey! Good to see ya! On to the next case. This one is kind of sad.
Oh no!
Kind of sad. There are no names used in this one, only their
initials.
This is usually done to protect the identity
Sorry, guys.
of certain people, especially those who aren't directly involved.
In the crime, but may be affected by public exposure. Sorry, guys. Liddy has a lisp and is dyslexic.
Anyways, good luck!
Okay. So the decision of the Honorable about this judgment only uses initials to protect the identity of victims and witnesses. Ez was born in 1984. He is biologically son of the deceased PZ. Is the biological brother of EZZ. ZZ was the wife of Z. TD was the sister-in-law of EZ. GZ is the son of EZ. Okay. I think we can understand that. At the time of the event, Ez and the deceased resided in separate residences at the same rural property in Linthor. Ez lived in the main residence on the property with his wife and 5 children. The deceased lived alone in a small cabin. On May 4th, 2014, Ez's family hosted a lunchtime family gathering at their home. In attendance were Ez's children, TD and her children. The plan was to stay outside and join campfire and cook hot dogs. Ez went inside the house to find something to the opening package on the hot dogs. He emerged from the house, approached Z, grabbed her by the shoulder. He told Z to pack up the kids and go to Uffington, the town where her mother resides. Ez turned and walked away from Z towards the deceased cabin, which was approximately 100 yards away from the main house. Z entered the deceased cabin. Ez's son, KZ, was in the cabin with the deceased. Ez became angry and began to yell at the deceased. Ez punched the deceased with a closed fist. The force of the punches caused by the deceased to fall out of the chair and onto the floor. He continued to punch the deceased while he was laying on the ground. Z observed L riding his bike from the deceased cabin. KZ told Ez what was happening. Z ran to the deceased cabin and went inside. Ez was standing near the deceased, who was lying on the floor. Z screamed at Ez to leave. Ez did not leave. Z called the police. While Z was on the phone with the police, Ez made a telephone call to his brother, Enes. The accused left a voicemail message for PZ, stating, "I just confronted our family demon that ruined everybody's lives. I need your backup in court for what he did and how he ruined everyone's lives. I had to save my family, and I don't care about anything else. Call me back when you get this as soon as possible." Ez continued to yell at Z. Ez told Z to get out of the deceased cabin or she would get hurt. Z ran out of the cabin and down to her family. The deceased suffered many wounds. The defense. The defense notes as voluntary surrender to police shortly after the event and admitted from the onset that he had caused the death of his father. The circumstances of the offense were presented by way of an agreed statement of facts. The only issue to be determined at the trial was as his ability to appreciate the nature and quality of his actions at the time of the index offense. The defense notes that the court found as reacted in response to suppressed memories, while retaliation is not an excuse for other acts, as his trauma provides insight into his distorted thinking leading to the commission of the offense. Although there was a motive and the act was not random, there was no premeditation or planning. These findings significantly reduce Ez's degree of moral culpability. While Ez did not enter a guilty plea, Ez admitted the facts of the offense and immediately took responsibility for causing the death of his father. He has demonstrated significant remorse since the offense and continues to suffer from major depression, though he has been successful with treatment in his regard. Ez has been in custody since the date of the index offense, May 4th, 2014. He has been cooperative and compliant since his arrest, and there have been no concerns about his conduct while he has been in custody. Ez has been medication complaint since his diagnosis and has demonstrated significant progress towards the ultimate rehabilitation. No institutional problems have been reported, and he has been moved to a medium security facility. Though this was no violent offense, as demonstrates is of otherwise good character, he has no criminal record and is at very low risk of reoffending. Not guilty under account of mental disorder?
No, I think it's like
Light
a medium
sentence.
Medium sentence.
I'd say light.
Medium. He did kill somebody.
Yeah, but he took, he didn't plead guilty, but he did say that, he did kill.
Yeah, see, a medium
So
sentence.
No, because if it was non-guilty, if he pleaded non-guilty, that would be a different story because he'd be lying, and that would give him a more thing, but he's not.
He didn't, though. That's the problem. He didn't plead any. He pled innocence.
He didn't plead innocence. He didn't plead any. He didn't plead innocent or guilty.
He pled guilty for killing that one guy, but not
His father. No,
No, other way around. He pled guilty for killing his father, but not the other guy. So I would say like a medium sentence.
I would say light, but I'll go with the argument.
We want to do rock, paper, scissors?
Oh, God!
Okay. Nuh-uh! The correct answer was a life sentence with parole.
Every single one!
3 times in a row. Oh well, still got one more day.
Every single time!
Let's finish strong.
But he...
Oh no.
We're losers!
We
would never make... Oh my gosh! We're dying! Papers! They have been messing with my veins on my feet. And hot. Moving it. Expand and even popped once. They have been messing with my brain, while I can physically feel the veins moving within my brain, something through to take information from me. They are typically doing this to me while I am asleep. The voices! My child! We're gonna kill our child.
Definitely.
I will do anything to protect you. Oh, we're not gonna kill our child. We're gonna kill the neighbors.
What if they're already dead? That baby has not made a sound.
Oh, you're right. What if the baby is dead? I'll be confident in killing them, even by hand. I'm not afraid to state the truth. I woke up in a new Bugatti.
No.
Come on, guys. Let's go to sleep. I'm hearing walking. Oh my god, I'm going crazy. We're not gonna get it wrong this time. We're gonna get this job. I know 1 out of 5.
It's
but
Friday!
hey!
Oh man, I'm going to miss you.
Darned it. I didn't get the job.
This case is pretty long. It's left a lot of things since I know you can handle it.
I hate reading. This is the worst.
Take your time. This is a tricky one.
A tricky one. The other ones were tricky, and we failed 3 of them. We're gonna get a 1 out of 5. We're gonna get a 1 out of 5. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. Okay. November 29, 2021, at approximately 4:25 p.m., Dexter Dominus shot and killed Henry Venomshank in the underground parking garage of Mr. Venomshank's residence as Mr. Venomshank was stepping out of his vehicle. Much of the evidence in this case was admitted by way of agreed statements of fact. The admitted facts prove the essential elements of the offense of blank beyond a reasonable doubt. It is admitted that Mr. Dominus was a registered firearms owner who obtained firearms beginning in November 2020. He took one of those firearms on November 29, 2021 and drove to the residential building where he knew Mr. Venomshank lived. Mr. Dominus saw Mr. Venomshank drive into the underground parking. He followed Mr. Venomshank's car. He drove up to Mr. Venomshank and shot and killed him. Unless I find him to not be criminally responsible for the murder on blank, Mr. Dominus must be found guilty of blank, having committed a planned, deliberate, and intentional killing. Mr. Dominus has been assessed by 2 forensic psychiatrists, both who conclude that Mr. Dominus has schizophrenia. Fuck, it's always schizophrenia, too. A major mental illness characterized, in his case, predominantly by delusions and hallucinations. He was actively psychotic at the time that he killed Mr. Venomshank. He experienced paranoid delusions and hallucinations. He believed that Mr. Venomshank and others were tormenting and attacking him and his family.
Toby, they're reading the guy.
They're reading our father. He didn't kill anyone, though. He tried to kill us.
No, but the red, the
They were reading us! We're reading us! In this case, the Crown does not dispute that the evidence supports the following findings on a balance of probabilities. That Mr. Dominus had a mental disorder, schizophrenia, at the time that he killed Mr. Venomshank, and that he was, at the time, experiencing symptoms of his psychotic illness. Mr. Dominus admits that he did not know and was not capable of knowing that society would view his actions as morally wrong. The position of the Crown is that Mr. Dominus has failed to prove on a balance of probabilities that his mental illness rendered him incapable of knowing the moral wrongfulness of his actions. Time for the evidence! This is actually great for me to look at because I like making stuff to this regard.
like law crimes.
Yes. The personal history of Mr. Dominus in the course of his illness was set out in detail in the testimony and reports of the 2 psychiatric witnesses in this case, Dr. Rudy Groot and Dr. Gus Manick. Manic. Mr. Dominus was born and grew up in Graymore. He was 39 years old at the time of trial and 37 years old at the time of the offense. He is the youngest of 7 children. His parents separated when he was 12 years old, but both parents remained involved with Mr. Dominus and his siblings. Mr. Dominus completed high school with no serious issues. He briefly attended Admire College. Mr. Dominus worked at many jobs after leaving school, including as a bus driver. Mr. Dominus had no criminal record and no history of antisocial conduct before the offense. He has no history of Bloxy use. Mr. Dominus was raised in a religious home. Hey, psychopaths don't really have histories of antisocial conduct until after they kill. You know? Mr. Dominus' father worked in mechanics at the Graymore Transit Commission. He died in 2009. Yeah, because, like, psychopaths, they're usually charming. They're, like, extroverted. They like to go out, and that's how they lure their victims.
So as in like a sociopath? Because I know psychopaths is like show like killing like small
Sociopaths
animals.
can't relate to others. Psychopaths can pretend to. They both can. A sociopath could kill an animal. Same for a psychopath.
Yeah, but usually those signs pop up in childhood.
Well, for psychopaths, you always know you're different. I don't know about sociopaths. I look at psychopathy, not sociopathy.
Well, I'm just saying, there was probably signs of psychopathy.
Well, usually there is never when psychopaths. Until after, you know, antisocial conduct. And, like, killings or, you know, People live with psychopathy without even knowing it.
Honestly,
I've done lots of research.
So though, there's still signs of psychopathy.
Not that they know of or people around them know of. You'd have to go to a psychiatrist and get a check. Let's get back on. In 2021, at the time of the offense, Mr. Dominus had legal custody of the 2-year-old son of his niece. Mr. Dominus later moved in with his brother after leaving his apartment at 123 Crossroads Drive, the location of the killing. Mr. Dominus' history at 123 Crossroads Drives. Mr. Dominus lived at 123 Crossroads Drive from June 1st, 2015 until April 1st, 2020. He initially rented his unit with a female co-tenant, but by November of 2015, he was sole tenant of the unit. Mr. Renmashake and his family moved into 123 Crossroads on December 1st, 2017. They lived in Unit 211 in the unit directly above Mr. Dominus' unit. They did not notice Mr. Dominus before moving into the building. Mr. Dominus made many complaints to the manager of the building during his tenancy. In the fall of 2018 and winter of 2019, he sent numerous letters and emails complaining that neighbors were hitting his walls and floors late at night and early in the morning, making derogatory comments and spreading rumors about him. In addition to his complaints to the management, Mr. Dominus filed complaints with the landlord and tenant board about harassment and excessive noise. In February and June of 2019, Mr. Dominus repeatedly called the police to complain about the people living above in his unit. He alleged that they were yelling and screaming through the vents, spreading rumors about him and calling him names. On June 14th, 2019, Mr. Dominus called police and told them that his neighbors were telepathic and communicating through his mind. He said that his neighbors were in the unit above, were yelling at him constantly through the floors and from the balcony. He reported to the police that he was taking medication and that he had been hearing voices in his head. A few days later, on June 17th, 2019, he again called the police to report that there were a lot of demonic things happening. He said that the people in units 121 and 221, the victim's unit, were calling him and saying they would kill him. He told the police that these people were telepathic. Mr. Dominus' diagnosis and history of psychiatric illness before the offense. I keep fucking that word up. Mr. Dominus' only psychiatric admission to the hospital before this offense occurred June 17, 2019. On that day, he attended the emergency department of Berry Health Network Crossroads campus. He admitted from June 17th of June 19th, the hospital records disclosed that Mr. Dominus presented the new onset auditory hallucinations and a robust system of delusions relating to people monitoring him or trying to hack his computer. He has been paranoid about his neighbors and has actively called the police and made complaints to the landlord and tenant board. The records note that he reported telepathic communication. He said that voices of his neighbors commanded him to wake up in the night and that the same people installed the device in his floor and ceiling that lowered his heart rate. This sounds a lot like someone we know. The doctor at the hospital believed that Mr. Dominus was experiencing a first episode of psychosis. She prescribed medication and referred him to an outpatient programming. Mr. Dominus did not take the medication and did not follow up with any psychiatric care. Mr. Dominus is writing recordings. The police investigation after the offense disclosed extensive materials that Mr. Dominus had written and recorded concerning his perceived experiences at 123 Crossroads and his complaints about specific residents of building, including the victim and his family. Mr. Dominus described that being subjected to his voice to skill, V2K, directed energy weapons, and gang stalking. Mr. Dominus, in his writing and recordings, describes being harassed constantly. He identifies individual residents as responsible for the harassment and specifically names Mr. Renmashake. He allegedly that his harassers erase thoughts from his brain and are messing with his bodily functions. He writes extensively about synthetic telepathy and witchcraft. In a folder entitled Tolerance of What I Had to Hear and Deal With, dated November 28th, 2021. Mr. Dominus writes that the people in Unit 211 were involved in the harassment. In the same document, Mr. Dominus writes, messing with my heart rate. As they would mention before it happened, watch this. And then my heart rate would slow and start beating weirdly. Sick. They have done this to my nephew who I would hold, and as they said it, his heart rate would also beat irregular. Sick. To the point I would hear him breathe different while sleeping. My veins would be messed with. They would be messing with my veins on my feet and let's making it expand and even popped once. My veins moving. They've been messing with my brain while I can physically feel the veins moving within my brain as sifts through to take information from me. They're typically doing this to me while I am asleep. In his writing entitled War of Words, there is a recurring theme of vengeance or payback. For example, he writes, I would be confident in killing them, even by hand. I'm not afraid to state the truth. For the amount of disrespect that I've received already, this is far gone out of the police's hands, and the only way someone can get comfortable while being tormented is by killing those who are responsible and witness the perpetrators die before their face, just to secure back that privacy. Mr. Dominus also refers to self-defense in his writings and recordings. In War of Words, he writes, "If I do anything, it is all in defense. I need to help the greater cause." In his recordings during the months leading up to the murder, Mr. Dominus records videos for his family and explains that if he goes to jail, it is for defending himself. He has also made a recording that described people getting murder and self-defense mixed up and assert that self-defense was justified. He compares his defense against telepathy to the war in the Isles of Virgil. Not Virgil. In the recording, Mr. Dominus discusses the attacks on him through witchcraft and telepathy and his right to defend himself, saying, "You can't go about it illegally the right way, or you can do the defense way regardless which way, because the Most High is the judge of all, and he will judge you for your doings and actions, and if you're justified, hey, you could still make it to heaven." Mr. Dominus interviews with the assessing psychiatrists. Mr. Dominus was interviewed before trial by Dr. Groot and Dr. Manic as part of the assessment of his mental state. In the interviews, he described the attacks that he believed were being carried out on him as voice to skull, V2K, synthetic telepathy, witchcraft, game stalking, voodoo stalking, and sorcery. He explained that his problems, in his view, all originated with 123 Crossroads. According to Mr. Dominus, he experienced hearing voices in 2018, but he described harassment beginning before that year. Mr. Dominus told the psychiatrist that he even continued to experience what he describes as attacks by telepathy even after he moved out of 123 Crossroads. He continued to experience the attacks and voices after the death of Mr. Venom Shake and his arrest. Mr. Dominus understood the criminal charge against him of bleep in his interviews with the psychiatrist. He denied killing Mr. Venom Shake. He told Dr. Groot that the victim of the shooting was part of the voices tormenting him and there were now less people involved. He also told Dr. Groot that he felt that he was a target and that his life was in danger. Dr. Groot asked him about passages in his writing that referred to Mr. Venom Shake and about being to stomp him out. He had claimed he had not planned to do this. Although Mr. Dominus denied killing Mr. Venom Shake, Dr. Groot asked him what would happen to him if he killed someone in self-defense. He stated it would be up to the judge or jury what would happen to you, and went on to say that he would put everything to the Lord and that he did not view it as wrong. Dr. Manic and Dr. Dominus about his issues with the residents of 123 Crossroads. Mr. Dominus described being harassed and surveilled. He described residents doing demonic things. Dr. Manic asked Dr. Dominus about his writings in War of Words that appear to acknowledge the society might punish him and if he defended himself against his enemies. He said, "I'm not trying to mention the state of one going through something. A war with someone. You need to protect yourself, protect your life, and defend you and your family." Dr. Manic asked Mr. Dominus if there could be moral justification for self-defense that causes others to harm. He said, "You can be justified for certain things you are going through, if it is according to the law of the Most High." At another point, Mr. Dominus said to Dr. Manic, "Self-defense is not murder." Prior to the trial, Mr. Dominus did not describe to the psychiatrist his thoughts and actions at the time that he killed Mr. Venom Shake. When he testified at trial, Mr. Dominus admitted killing Mr. Venom Shake and explained his motivation for doing so. Both Dr. Groot and Dr. Manic listened to Dr. Dominus' testimony and reviewed him before they testified. Mr. Dominus' testimony. Mr. Dominus testified at length about voices in his head and his belief that they were the voices of the residents of 123 Crossroads. He spoke of voice to skull and synthetic telepathy and directed energy weapons. He gave lengthy and often unresponsive answers to the questions. He returned frequently to the themes of synthetic telepathy and directed energy weapons. Mr. Dominus admitted that he had gone to 123 Crossroads with his gun, intending to shoot Mr. Venom Shake. He described doing so. Mr. Dominus said that he targeted Mr. Venom Shake because he was the only person that Mr. Dominus was 100% sure was involved in tormenting him. Mr. Dominus repeatedly described an incident when he was walking outside and hearing voices saw Mr. Venom Shake and his family on their balcony. The incident convinced them that Mr. Venom Shake and his family were involved. Mr. Dominus knew that the shooting Mr. Venom Shake would likely kill him. He shot him intending to kill him. He planned the killing by taking his gun to the building and then following Mr. Venom Shake's car, and when he saw it turning to the driveway in the underground parking garage. Mr. Dominus questioned about the timing of the act of shooting Mr. Venom Shake. The voices had been active for over 2 years, and Mr. Dominus was asked to explain why he chose to take action in November 2021. Mr. Dominus testified that a new year was coming and he could not let the attacks on him continue for another year. He said that close in the time to the shooting, there was another incident where he was holding his nephew and his nephew stopped breathing. At the same time, the voices said, "Watch this." He said, "I would say the experiments got worse in the sense of with my nephew, with the heart situation, most of the stuff was only happening to me. So when I started seeing it, That's when he was born, 2020 in August. That's when the more things more things happened outside of Just, and so it was increased. He was asked if the incident with his nephew happened in 2020, and he said correct. However, at another point, he said that the incident with his nephew occurred close in time to the shooting. It was clear that Mr. Dominus' testimony that he believed that his actions were justified. He described himself as acting in self-defense to protect himself and his family, although he agreed that he was not facing an immediate physical threat from Mr. Venomshake when he shot him. Oh, fuck. He was cross-examined about his comments to Dr. Manic that around the time of the shooting of Mr. Venomshake, he did not feel that he was being physically attacked, but only verbally attacked in his mind, and that he would find it justifiable to make videos and expose to telepathy, but would not find it justifiable to retaliate physically. Mr. Dominus explained that he was not forthcoming to his interviews. He was lied to the psychiatrist when he denied and the killing, and as a result, he did not explain to them his reasons for the killing. He said, no, in regards to Dr. Manic and Groot, I never told them I killed anybody, so that wouldn't be relevant and no point of that. Mr. Dominus agreed that at the time that he killed Mr. Venomshake, he felt angry. He agreed that anger and vengeance were part of his motivation for shooting Mr. Venomshake. Mr. Dominus was asked if he realized that society thinks what he did was wrong and responded, I couldn't care less what society thinks, you know? I'm a man of my own, you know? I'm not looking for friends and no favor. I'm a man of honesty too, and integrity as well. So I know what I believe and I stand firm, you know? And if it was the real society that's out there who's actually the ones going through it, they would agree with me more than anything. Mr. Dominus was taken to his document entitled Only If I Get Caught Read. Only if I get caught, read. It was put to Mr. Dominus that he wrote the documents because he did not believe the society as a whole would understand his actions. He said, not like that in the sense of society, you know, only those within the society who are going through certain things, care for certain things. He was asked if he recognized society might have an opinion on what he did. He responded, I acknowledge that. Hopefully they can see both sides and see and understand what another man is going through. And before you paint that picture, read both sides before you paint that picture. And you'll get a better understanding and clarity of what happens. If I'm outside and I'm hearing the story, I'm bringing on my side automatically because, again, I don't know these people, and somebody in society would have the realness to understand that more society. Joker here. Oh, you killed somebody, but why did I kill them? Why? What were the steps that were taken for me to kill him? I didn't care for society. Society didn't care for me. I'm struggling and going through the pain and suffering for somebody tormenting 24/7. The only ones within society I can relate to was those people going through it, my own people. The Crown asked Mr. Dominus, but at the time you'd agree with me that you recognize that other people might understand this. Mr. Dominus said 100%, because they're going to look at you as crazy. They're going to label you just like I went to the hospital psychosis. Mr. Dominus testified that he was a religious man. He believed that it was wrong to kill except in circumstances such as self-defense or war. Finally, our decision.
Okay, so it's probably not guilty on the account of mental disorder, but he's low-key pissing me off, so I want the life sentence. Parole after 25 years. He's pissing me off.
So,
is there no parole? We should put on
he
no
said
parole.
he did kill him. He said that he did kill him.
Yeah.
Why do you not want him to have parole?
Because he's pissing me off with the God shit.
Oh, God, he will forgive me.
Yeah, see?
You know?
He's pissing me off. We'll probably have to go through this.
He just wanted to protect himself and his nephew.
Yeah, but he killed someone who wasn't doing anything harmful.
True. Life sentence, parole eligible after 25 years. Please be right, please, please.
And for the last case of the week, it's wrong. The correct answer was not guilty on the account of mental disorder.
Oh my God!
You pissed me off though. It's alright. I bet you learned a lot.
I knew it was that one.
Oh well, that's it, I guess.
I need to stop going after from you.
That case was super sad.
What, it was sad? Oh.
I felt so bad for the victim's family. It has been really...
It must have been really hard to accept a court decision like that. And the mental battle the accused was going through, it must be horrible to live like that every day. I don't even know how to feel. Who is even in the wrong in that situation? Oh, well, look at that! Mental health is such a mystery. The accused stated that he went to the police multiple times. He even went to a hospital and was given medication. Even after all of that, he still thought killing Mr. Venom Shake was the only solution. He's not guilty, but sent to a psych ward.
It is society's responsibility to identify threats like that. Why isn't it his responsibility to seek help? Heck, he did in fact receive help, except he was not being helped in the way he wanted. People come up with many reasons to hurt others. Why does his reason make him any different? Ugh, I'll never understand mental health. I never show any emotion myself, as you have probably noticed.
You have a very emotional face.
Whatever, I'm glad I got to spend this week with you, smiley face. I hope we meet again.
I hope I do better, because we're losers, and we got 1 out of 5 correct.
We'll do one where we get everything wrong and everything right. Uh-oh.
No! We are the psych ward! We're crazy!
No, this reminds me of Noted Reality.
This is kind of how my room was. Thanks for playing. If you'd like to donate, you can in Game Passes. Send Hail Unit.
That was my judgment.
This is a great game. I hate reading, though.
Not sure. It's been an hour. A psychological horror game. Which was fantastic.
This was great. I loved it. Reminded me of my dad.
Anyway, this was Liddy and
Tony!
we're signing out.
Ah!
Hello everyone, it's Liddy, post-recording. As I was editing, I think I forgot to say some stuff. Make sure you go and play the game for yourself. The name is My Judgment, which you probably heard me say a bunch of times. And like you saw in the ending there, the creator has a little donation thing for Game Passes, which you should totally donate. Senate, I think that's her name. I'll put it up there. We support our game creators here. And yeah, play it, donate, do whatever you want. Oh, and I also put a little blooper at the end here. When we were playing through it the second time around, I thought it was really funny, so I'll just add it. Here it is.
Check on baby boy.
Hi! Hello, little guy! Little guy!
I will do anything to protect you. Batman.
Schizophrenic Batman.
Oh no! The Joker, schizophrenic Batman. That would be a great story. Somebody write that. Somebody write that.
DC writers, get on that now.
Get Peter Parker in it too.